Hello and welcome to Dees20Stitches. I'm Dee. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a queer and trans educator, cross-stitch designer, crafter, and your Stitch Dad. It has been a month since we last saw each other. I usually put these videos out every month. We blasted through September. I've got samplers to show you. I've got finishes to show you. Finishes? I've got page finishes to show you. And I have a couple new starts too. September was a whirlwind. I will tell you about it later. My life has changed. Something came up big time. So I'll talk about that later on. But I do have lots of great things that I want to show you. So I'm going to use my book of days with all my little cute little stickers. Two stickers that I've stuck in this book. And let's talk about finishes. So September for some people is Sampler September, where we stitch on either reproductive samplers. Oh. You know, the real kinky ones. Reproduction samplers or modern day samplers, reimagining samplers. So I wanted to get page finishes on each one of my samplers, but of course that didn't happen. I did get 2 page finishes on 2 of my samplers, so let me show you that. The first one I'll show you is this, because I love this one. This is Hands Across the Sea, Jane Hopkins. I am doing her in DMC. I haven't seen a lot of people do her in DMC, so it's neat to kind of experiment and see what the colors look like. Here's my colors on the floss drops. There's some really bright reds in there. This one's a weird one. And I'm doing her on 40 count, just I think it's like light mocha from Zweigart. And I got 2 pages done. Make those noises. Let me scooter around for you. Here we go. 2 pages, 2 full pages. And there she is. Getting closer. There we are. There we are. 2 pages. So one page kind of ends where the purple flower motifs is, and then I did this big weird flower on this side where my needle minder is. Love doing that big weird flower. You've got some satin stitches up there. I've just been doing those. That is 2 pages. She is 3 pages long. And I think 3 pages down. So we're trying to do at least 1 page a year. This is my goals. I realized I've been blasting through non-sampler projects lately. I've had a lot of finishes. If you look back into my other Flosstubes just recently, I've had a ton of finishes, and looking through my list, I don't have a lot of non-sampler whips left. I also don't have a lot of whips with less than like 3 pages. So I've got a lot going on. I had to do a couple new starts because I realized like all I have left is samplers. And what if I don't want to stitch on a sampler? So there's a page finish. I also have this one. This is the Cuckoo by Long Dog Sampler. Here's how she kind of looks. This was part of a big pack of samplers, Long Dog samplers. I really liked it because of the quote at the bottom. It says, "The cuckoo is a queer bird. He sits upon the grass with his wings neatly folded and his beak thrust up his ass." Arse. I might change that to ass. Love a queer bird. I loved this piece, but I didn't want to stitch it on white. I have a thing with, I don't know, after stitching so much on white fabric, did not want to stitch anymore. So I decided to go rogue, and I kind of changed around some of the colors, and I decided to put it on this 25 count piece of Ada that I found at like a thrift store, right? And I overdyed it. It's this bluish, greenish, kind of cool dream. Now, when I had started it, I don't know. I don't know if it was the colors I chose, but I wasn't feeling it. But after putting that big border in, and after the pinks coming in, I really like this one. This is a full page finish. It's a page up from the numbers. I really like this one. I think this is going to look cute as a bag. Yeah, I'd like to... I have actually someone in mind that I'm stitching this for. So, you know, I'll get along. Again, there's probably like 6 pages of this, and I'll do 1 page a year. And so I'll finish it in 6 years, right? So that was another Sampler September page finish. Okay, I also have a finish, and I want to show you this. So, Sampler September was moving and grooving. And I think if you've been with me for a long time, you know that I've changed jobs recently. I went from the private system to the public system in terms of education. And I was going to use this year for like subbing, just doing some TOCing. Because I didn't want a classroom, because I have a couple surgeries coming up this year, probably next year, that I didn't want a classroom for. Or I wanted a break. I've been teaching in the same school for 10 years, so I just wanted a break. Well, that didn't happen. I don't know where you are, it's probably the same, but we need teachers. There was a mass exodus during the beginning of COVID, or when it got really bad, and I don't blame these teachers for leaving. The average teacher burnout is 3 years now rather than 5. Luckily, I'm on year 13, so we're doing okay. I'm sticking with it. So there was a lot of jobs opening up in my district. I applied for a couple, and I just lucked on to a sick leave position. So the teacher I am replacing is on sick leave for ? amount of time. But that meant I had to plan for 7 classes, 2 of which I have done before. The other ones have never done before, or maybe I've done like in other curriculum or through my practice. I think there was one I did through my practicum so long ago. So there was a lot of times where I would come home and just have to work. And I went from I went from having 7 kids in my class to like 30 kids in my class. So the grading too, oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm happy. I'm happy as a clam. I'm fallen back in love with it. The school I'm at is lovely. The department I'm in, everyone is fantastic. It's a great fit for me. I actually want to stay in that school now. So all this is happening. Sampler September is happening. I'm stitching on, and I'll show you, my big long dog sampler. I just am not getting any progress because I can stitch for maybe 30 minutes right before I go to bed because I'm grading for like 3 hours after I get home, walk the dog, and go to the gym. So I wanted to stitch something completely different. I went to a wedding, a college wedding, for one of our college buddies, and I stayed with a really good friend, and they have a little girl. They have a kid, and she is in grade 2. She's so smart. She should be in like grade 5. But she showed me her art portfolio, and it was full of axolotls. And it's her birthday coming up. So I decided I wanted to give back, give some joy to her. And I stitched. Hold on, he's so cute. I stitched, it's called Chonky Axolotl. And this is by BadStitched on Etsy. BadStitched is also on Instagram. He's so chunky. He's so chunky. This is a 18 count. I decided to do it over 2 so it's nice and fluffy. This is on my own hand-dyed, ice-dyed fabric. I call it Rainforest Cafe because it reminds me of the old restaurant. So my plan is, after I'm done with y'all, I'm going to take Chonky Axolotl and I'm going to make him into a little pillow, and I'm going to send it to the birthday girl. Her birthday is this week. So hopefully they're over on the island, so it will get here on time. But that's my sewing machine's got to get fired up. So there's Chonky Axolotl. I'll film a finish before I send it though. By BadStitched. BadStitched has a lot of really cute little patterns. I'm glad. I don't know about you, but if you are a person with a lot of whips, do you feel like suddenly you have 1 year, for whatever reason, you just have a rush of finishes? Maybe because like everything's been worked on a little bit and you're just like, you're so close on so many whips. That's what I had this year. I had so many whips that I was just able to get rid of, to finish, I mean. And so now I finally get a breather, and I get to try designers that I haven't stitched before. And actually there's another one coming up I'll show you. I get some time to try. Like there's so many designers on Instagram that I love so much, and I haven't been able to pick up any of their patterns just because of whips and timing and my own designing. But right now has been a chill enough time I can do little things. So Chonky Axolotl was that like kind of little reprieve. Okay, so let me talk to you about some whips that I worked on that aren't finishes. The first one is by, I was going to say, is that the full cover? No, it's not the full cover. That's not the full cover. This is probably the ending. Shaded Stitchery, Nuri. This is Closely Kept. I brought this out during, when I was subbing, when I was substitute teaching, I brought this so I could stitch on this during my lunch breaks when I had a lunch break. Because when you're subbing, you can have a lunch break. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to mark. You don't have to tell kids to buzz off. You can just do whatever. Now I don't have that luxury. I was able to probably put in like 10 stitches a day. But there she is. She's there. There she is. This is on Cedar River Linen. It's called Red Cedar. It's one of my favorites. It's on 40 count. It's on with a Brennan needle floss. The flower's done. I'm so close to being done with her. I call it her because she has a very feminine, strong energy. This is based on a motif Nuri found in a museum. And I'm going to, again, this is for someone I have in mind. I want to make it like a little medallion or a little like ornament or something. So I'd like to finish it. I'm so close. But this is like one of those things that I take traveling or teaching, and so I don't get a lot of work done at it like at once. It's usually like 10 stitches in a sitting. Also, it was Sampler September, so of course I have to bring out my biggest, oldest. This is St. Reatham. I do have a picture. There he is. I'm needlessly gendering my stitches today. Or, you know what? No. sometimes you feel the energy of your projects, and sometimes they have masculine or feminine energy, and so you give them pronouns, and that's okay. Pronouns are not dirty. It's okay to have masculine or feminine pronouns. It's okay to be a he, him, or a she, her. Long Dog Sampler. This is my oldest whip. This goes back to like 2020. And I'm trying to do a page a year. By the way, it's in my Kaylee bag. KayleeTheSewingShop.ca. Love her bags. Okay. This is the one I always smell because it's kind of stinky. It smells like, I think I've said this before, it smells like barbecue sauce. Okay, so let me show you what I've gotten done, and then I'll show you kind of the whole shebang. It's stinky. This is not good. Get just whiffs of it. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. I'm a stinky boy right now. Okay, so you can kind of see where, actually, yeah, you can kind of see where the page ends, right? You can kind of see where the page ends. I got everything from the long dogs on top to the bottom. I got that weird bird. I got the center motif. We're working on a squirrel down there. So that big area is what I have left. I absolutely want to finish. It's a goal. 1 page per year. So there's where he is now. Wow. Oh, we're still going back. So page 1 up here, page 2 down here, page 3, and I'm working on page 4. There's another page 5 here. So I think I calculated he will be done 2027, unless I break both of my hands. What would I do if I broke? I've broken a wrist before. I'd probably just cross stitch with my mouth. Pull the needle in like that. I petered out on this. I need to give it a break. That's why I did Chonky Axolotl. And then, so that was my September. And there was a lot of changes. There was a lot of changes happening. Changes. I shouldn't try to sing. This is not Darcy's Flosstube. October 1st happened really quickly. Boy, surprise, it's October. A group got together and they decided October 1st would be, I think it was hashtag Stitchy for Witchy, the Witchy Stitcher, who is currently dealing with a big bout of cancer, but Witchy Stitcher has a full community behind them, and it's so nice to see community working hard and supporting a member of their community who is having trouble. That part really got to me. I don't know Witchy well. I don't do a lot of gothic stuff. But I have a lot of Witchy Stitcher patterns on my I Want to Stitch. So this isn't my first one, but I haven't had one on my hoop for a really long time. I think my last ones that I did of Witchy Stitcher was, I gave them away. They're like the little Halloween littles, the vintage Halloween littles. Anyway, why make it about me? This is the one I bought. This is going to be a gift for a friend who really loves this man, Vincent Price. This is called Master of Horror by the Witchy Stitcher. I wanted to buy a nice big one for Witchy, show my support, and I'll show you what I got done in a day. It was the long weekend this weekend, so I got lots done because bless having a long weekend. No, this is awful. Let me show you. Here we go. Got his head. Also, the the needle minders, very Vincent. We got a Mothman, and we have a Move I'm Gay. Vincent was. I'm actually experimenting. The border here is done in BadStitched Me Cauldron. I got it from Sebastian at Bees and Teas. I really like the coverage. I wish I had enough to do everything, but I don't think I do. So I'm just doing the border and the words, and then DMC everything else. This is on, it's a fabric I don't use anymore, a maker I don't use anymore. It's like light mocha. You probably know the one. This one, I bought this fabric a long time ago. Anyway, he's gonna be hanging out with me. He's gonna be hanging out with me. Because I'll probably want to put some more stitches in. It's a 32 count. Bless. A lot of my whips are so tiny. And sometimes my eyes get so tired. So having a 32 count, oh, what a blessing. Stitching that Chonky Axolotl on 18 Ada was like a blessing as well. I loved it very much. Gotta do more big guys. Those are all my whips. No fully finishes, but I will have a fully finish for you next time because that Chonky boy is going to be made into a pillow. Okay, it's for Stitchy Kindness. I just have one, but it was fantastic. This came right at the right moment. Last Flosstube, I might have mentioned that I had a bunch of copies of that William Morris book. I had a couple people reach out to me and ask for one of the copies to trade. And I love doing a trade. I think that's so smart. Like, here, have this pattern and you give me something that you think I would like. So my friend Trina from Ontario sent me these very sweet books. These are very me. I love old vintage flowers. I love old vintage birds. These are fantastic. These were published in, let's see. Oh, look, it even has, I'm going to dox this person, even has like someone's address label, Miss Ida Harris. Oh, Brantford, Ontario. That's so nice. These are published in 72. Oh, Danish handicraft. That's why I like them. They're very, very Danish. They're so Danish. But I'm just going to give you, I mean, you're not going to, but like the cute flowers. This one's full of these really, really neat wreaths. And there's like one wreath for a bunch of seasons. They have these really nice birds. There's another wreath. I love these wreaths. I don't know what I would... Look. So cute. And the birds are adorable too. I'm in love. I'm literally in love with these wreaths. I think they're fantastic. It would be really neat to do a bunch. Like, to like, send... Have... I'm plotting something. I don't need to plot something, but I'm plotting something. It would be so nice to buy a giant piece of fabric and then have each person choose a wreath and then put it on that fabric and just have like a bunch of wreaths, like a traveling. I don't need to do traveling anymore. They have really cute windowsill ones. Cute little Danish, so Danish. Bicycles, so Danish. Walking in the rain, so Danish. And then like cute little, very cute. Thank you, Trina. I really love this. There's just something about this genre I really like. Okay. And then the other book is going to go out and we're doing a trade. I'm very excited. I have to do some copying for that. So that's my, oh wow, 25 minutes. What a blessing. And you know what? I will tell you, I usually at the end of every video, I do an education piece. This time I'm busy. And I'm sure you're understanding. Number one, new job, lots of prep. Number two, there's a lot of absolutely dire news that is going out, both in the United States and also in Canada, about trans healthcare. So if you're not aware, do a little bit of time. It's there. I guess I'll just push this month's Stitch for Pride. This month's Stitch for Pride is very important. It is the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus, which was started in 1978 during a time when AIDS was sweeping across San Francisco, and there was a lot of, I have to watch my words, the government did not think much of it because they deemed it a gay cancer. They thought it was a cancer that only struck gay men. And because these men were marginalized, they did not get the proper care. So it was up for the community to care for one another. So I have a couple of great videos for you to watch. I'll put the links down below as always. And a reminder, so Stitch for Pride, I have it to be once a month. If you found yourself not catching up, take some time to go back and choose at least one learning and one action item. I feel like everyone gets very keen, and then by the summer, after Pride, it always happens, after Pride people start lacking because other things go on, because it's fall and then winter, and but finish off Stitch for Pride strong. And I appreciate the people who have been catching up. I love seeing updates. And the people who haven't been able to make a stand, do that final push. Stitch for Pride 2024. Yeah. I have grand plans, and they involve 2 other members of the community. And the plans are happening. They're a little bit stalled currently on my side because of the new job, but grand plans are happening, so stay tuned with that. I'm very excited for that. I think I might have just spilled the beans last episode. I don't remember if I spilled the beans or not. So yeah, that's my little bit. It is. Gosh, I'm going to make this under a half hour for you folks. At the end of every video, I do a snail mail club. So if you are over 18, if you sign up with your address and information in my Google Doc, it's called Snail Mail Club. If you put your address in there, and if you comment on the video before, I pick one comment from every video, and I do a little giveaway because you give me a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff. I want to kind of spread the wealth. So this time, speaking of spread the wealth, where is it? Where are they? What's happening? Oh boy. Well, oh, here. This is mine. There's nothing in it, but I'm sending one person the world of cross stitch. Helen from Britain sent me a couple extra copies because Kari and I are in this. We were mentioned. This one has some really cute stuff. This is the one that I think maybe a lot of my followers might be interested in. Fantastic, beautiful. It's from a Palestinian designer too. Fantastic. So the person who gets the copy, and there's like an extra project from, I think, what's the extra project? The extra project is from Oh, Tiny Modernist. There's a little extra, there's a little extra thing. I have it in there. But you're going to get, like, one of the little tiny Modernist cute little thing. Gee, what a good snail mail. So the person who got it, make sure if you do want something, you have to sign up for my snail mail club, or because I got the first person I picked, they didn't sign up, so I didn't have their address. But this person, I know I have their address. Marumi Crafts. Miriam, you have done so much, so many pretty projects. Sending you tons of love and positive thoughts on your next step in your transition journey. Miriam, you are going to get, I'm going to go send you tomorrow, because I got lots of mail to send. I'm going to send you a copy of that magazine so you can have some fun with it. Well, I have some fun. Any other news? Let's see. Kari and my patterns are actually, I've started wholesaling. So you will be seeing them pop up in some online stores. So please buy from them so I can sell more wholesale. In terms of releases from Kari and I, Kari has a amazing, I think it's called the Arcana Sal. She's stitched, I got to see a preview of it. But Kari did a very Kari thing where she wanted to make little things for her Patreon, and then the pattern got very big. So instead of releasing like one pattern for her Patreon, she's doing a sal. So she's releasing a little bit at a time. It sounds like everyone's very excited. I've been seeing some people start it up. So if you're into tarot and Arcana stuff, I'd check it out. Go to her Patreon. For us, we will be releasing something in the winter, hopefully. I want to do a sequel to, you can kind of see him right there, Yule Goat. We want to do a sequel to Yule Goat, a little pillow. And then we are also working on Mislaid Pages' Burb box, February box. So that's what's on my plate right now. And then what I have for Stitch for Pride 2024, that's also on my plate. So much. I'm not going to be hungry because I have so much on my plate. 33 minutes or so. Wow. My hair's a little greasy. I apologize. It's just HRT. It makes you a greasy boy. I think that's it. This was a whirlwind. I don't know if I just went fast or didn't take my time, but I'm so happy that you joined me today. Again, I will probably see you at the end of October, and see what kind of creepy Halloween stitching I got done. Hopefully I got a few more finishes. Until next time, remember, I'm your Stitch Dad, and I'm really proud of you. Okay, bye.